Hi, my friends. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll be talking about this topic, the difference between sugar and smoke. And what is this sugar and smoke? Let's talk about the sugar guy, the sweet guy, the guy who's always giving in, loving, listening. You say whatever, I will do whatever, and it's very nice and compliant. But the realization is that this sugar guy is also a form, an attempt at manipulation. Whereas the manipulation may not work, or probably eventually will get the attitude of getting some crumbs from the person that you want to seek approval from. Whereas on the extreme swing will be the guy in smoke. Just remember, just recall yourself as the rake, the seductionist, the one, the bad boy, the ones who get it all, who don't care devil, may care attitude, and the girls are just allured to him like bees to honeys, or probably like flies to smell. But how do you know and identify yourself? Because both the sugar and spice direction are not gonna help you as a POA aligned man to bring yourself back to authenticity. The realization is I had experience at both extreme end, and I didn't know I was wearing a mask, because sometimes when I need to just to get by the day, there was still the sugar element of me, sweet, pleasing, agreeable, just let me know, I'll do whatever it takes. On the other hand, the extreme, when I was trying to get, the art of seduction, the sense of mystery and emotional push and pull. But I keep shaping myself based on what was required by the person, whether it was a sugar demand or whether it was a smoke screen. Behind all this, I was disappearing. Welcome to our podcast for today, Sugar and Spice. And I think this sugar and spice, sugar and smoke, I think this is a very powerful topic that we want to further explore today. And I want to go deeper into this topic because behind this pattern itself, there's a lot of confusion of either which one should I be. At some point of time, for those who played the game, you will know that the A game at this seduction phase, where we create attraction to allure the woman closer to us. And at the same time, when we come to the sugar stage, is where become also nice, comforting. I understand you, I feel you, and either way are compromising of our own soul alignment. Because this confusion here, needing to be wanted to feel worthy, is never an aligned frame. Because you see, the sweetness is to be accepted, and the seduction at this point is to feel power. So either way, we are seeking the validation from outside, and it is all a performance based on what is required at a point of time. And it's not necessarily only women that you are trying to attract. It could also be the relationship that you want, to bring up some spice and being like a seductionist, seduce, giving the romance and fantasy. Whereas on the other hand, the relationship gets stale, just giving in, trying to be the sweet, nice guy to rekindle. Either way is not coming from a space of alignment, my dear friends, because I know with so much experience in my belt, under my hand, every time when I was seeking for validation through either one of the masks, the real me just gets quieter. And this turning point becomes intense when both I managed to get, in terms of here I managed to please my wife, she might be compliant for a while and happy, but somehow I feel that happiness that she gave me was empty. And on the other hand, when things get stale, I try to spice up through seduction, being romantic, adding air of mystery, and either way this creates attention, sometimes maybe a bit of heated anger, and also like trying to put more attention and pressure back so that I can allure her. But either way, this is just roles. These two roles, I get their attention, but the applause itself of the attention becomes empty, because this validation from the outside, whether it is our girlfriend, wives, or whoever out there that you're seeking attention from, the applause eventually becomes so loud that it becomes empty. And intimacy no longer grounds me, because the chase of getting either one of them through either mask becomes meaningless. And the starvation of our own authentic character becomes more and more loud. It's like, when will I ever be heard? When will I ever be acknowledged for me without the mask? And it wasn't alive because it was just trying to polish either both of these roles to be sharper and better. And that's where collapse will happen. When collapse happens, one awakens and realize, I just don't want either one of these sugar and smoke masks anymore. And it is not about throwing them away completely, but to spend that time today, or maybe at this moment, who am I without this mask? As we look ourselves honestly in the mirror, if you find tiredness, if you find fatigue, if you find weariness, then probably you have been spending too much time polishing either one of these masks. I hope you are ready, because as you are watching this video right now, instead of running away from the fear and shame of realizing I am lost without these two masks, we can make a choice of sitting down in that space and walking through it instead of escaping it. And that is where the performance ends. There's no need to perform to get outside in, where we start to look in and start to listen to who this inner voice or who we really are without this mask. And this new truth is very beautiful, because the moment we realize that we no longer need to be sweet in order to be loved, and there's no need to tame or train others, to seduce in order to feel powerful or to be seen. This stillness by itself is the truth, and the fire that we can have a choice to stay with it, be burned by it without being killed by it, rather than being refined and defined by either one of the sugar and smoke. And this is my story, my friend. This is a true story of my invitation to you. It is not a perfect story, because every now and then the sugar and smoke mask will keep coming out. And it is not just about the angel or the devil side inside us. It is more than that. It is, who are you without even feeding the angel and the devil side? And this is the powers of alignment, my friends, because I share it with every man out there who are still polishing so hard, performing with all your effort to feel enough. And these roles that we create for ourselves to survive or to strive with people in our life, the moment we realize we no longer need their approval to be okay. And that is the moment we can come home from sugar and smoke and to the truth to ourselves. And once you have this powerful realization, my dear friends, you'll realize how your tinted glasses will be lifted off. And no longer you seek the approval from others, whether it is through mask A or mask B, and you instantly become that self-grounded magnet where people flock to you because you are whole and still, rather than out there putting effort to perform and attract. My dear friends, my name is Paul Teo. Keep coming back to our channel, like and subscribe, and share it with a friend whom you might know that may need this message in time to come, or maybe in this very moment right now. Thank you very much, and I will see you all soon.